Thakur Vidya Mandir High School and Junior College welcomes all the 12th standard computer science students. Today we are going to continue with the connectivity device. So connectivity device, as we have already discussed, connectivity devices are devices which are used to expand the network. So there are two types of expansion can be done. One expansion will be within the network and the other expansion will be interconnecting two or more networks. And for connecting this network, or we can say to expand the network, we are going to use four connectivity devices. Firstly, we have learned about modem the last class. So modem is a combination of modulator and demodulator. Whenever the computers are going to transmit lines, that is signals via telephone line, then we are going to use up a modem. Modem is going to convert the analog digital into analog and vice versa. So in today's class, let us discuss about the other connectivity device. Firstly, let us start with the hub. The concept of hub has been already discussed in detail in star topology. Now let us learn more about hub. So hub is a very important connectivity devices which is used to extend the network. Hub plays a very important role in transferring the data. Whenever the data has to be transmitted from one computer to the other computer, it takes place via the hub. Hub, there are many types of hub. Hub is never soldered. As we have already discussed, we are using an RJ connector in order to make the communication in hub. That is, to achieve communication, we are going to use RJ connector. Now let us see the diagram of hub. So this is the diagram of hub where all the computers will be connected. Here is computer A, this is a computer B, C, D and E. So this is how the computers are connected. So these are the connectors, that is the RJ25 connector. We are going to use it in order to achieve the connection. Hub is a device, it is mostly famous. You have often seen hub in your computer lab. So if a computer want to transfer the data to D, it will first send it to the hub and it will be routing to D. Now let us discuss the functions of hub. In some network topologies, mostly ARPANET based star topologies, a central device hub is used. It is the simplest connectivity device. All network requires a central junction called as hub. Hub is a connecting device in which cables can be connected without soldering wires to centralize network traffic through a single connecting point. So my hub is very intelligent. What it will do, it will properly route the data to the destination, okay, without any traffic jam. It manages the cabling in the network and sends signal to the other components of the network. So as we know, not only computers, any other printer, server, all devices can be connected to the hub, and the hub is the central point via which your signals will be transmitted from one computer to other computer. Diagrams of hub. So you can see here in the central there is a hub. We have printer, server and computers. The computers are connected to the hub. So whenever the data has to be transmitted, it will be taking place via the hub. This is how the hub is connected. You can see we are going to use up a connector in the second diagram, and the first diagram you can see the connector size, how it is looking like. It is nothing the RJ connector that we use in LAN connection. So we are going to use the connector in order to achieve connection in the hub. Next comes the types of hubs. Now hubs are classified into three types: passive hub, active hub and intelligent hub. Passive hub, active hub and intelligent hub. Let us discuss about each and every hub in detail. Firstly, the function of passive hub. Passive hub doesn't contain any electronic circuit. The passive hub will receive the data from the one computer and send to the other computer as it is. That is, in simple words, it doesn't perform neither amplification nor rectification. It will receive the data and send as it is to the other end. Passive hub. It only splits and transmits signal received and it cannot amplify it. This do not contain any electronic components. It simply combines the signal of network lines. There is no amplification or boosting of the signal. So nothing takes place in the passive hub. So if the signal from one computer becomes weak and it comes to the hub, the big signal will be only transmitted to the other hand. It will not amplify it. So it will just receive the signal and it will transmit to the other hand. No boosting, no amplification in that. This is the passive. You can see here, these are the few diagram of passive hub. The active hub. Now the active hub, what it will do, it will receive the data and it will amplify and then it will send to the other hand. So the active hub will receive the data, it will amplify and send to the other hand. It contains electronic components in it. And when we are comparing the passive hub is inexpensive, the active hub is little expensive than your passive hub. The active hub interconnects the network and also amplifies the signal received apart from splitting and retransmitting to the destination. It also cleans up. This hub contains electronic components. So what does cleans up means? It will do some sort of rectification, not entire rectification, some sort of rectification, and then it will send to the other end. It contains. So here there are few diagrams of your active hub through which the computers are connected. Switching hub or intelligent hub. From the name itself significance, these are the smart hubs. The smart hubs. What is the function of the smart hub? They will receive the data, they will amplify it, and they also does rectification. What does rectification means? If there is any sort of errors, it will rectify the error and then it will transfer to the other hand. So the intelligent hub, which is nothing, the switching hub will receive the data, will amplify, it will rectify and it will send to the other hand. The intelligent hubs are very smart. They know their own algorithm. That is, if the computer want to transfer from one to the another, they will be routing properly to the destination. Intelligent hub in many devices, or we can say in many network, instead of routers, we can also use intelligent hub. So let us learn about intelligent hub. Switching hub not only does amplification and regeneration but also performs intelligent work like network management and intelligent path selection. That is, it will be properly selecting the path to route the data. It quickly routes the signal between the ports of hub. It can be used in place of router. As we have discussed, we can use this in place of router. So these are the few diagrams of the intelligent hub. See how the connection is being done in the intelligent hub in the first diagram. Now, by this, we complete the concept of hub, the next connectivity device. So let us revise hub. Hub is a connectivity device which is used for network expansion. Firstly, there are three types of hub. Hubs are very smart. They properly route through data to the destination. The types of hub, first is the passive hub. It doesn't contain any electronic component. It is cheap. It will receive the data and send as it is. Next comes my active hub. They are little expensive than passive hub but less than your intelligent hub. The active hub, they receive the data, amplify it, and if there is some sort of error to some extent, it will rectify the error and then it will send to the other end. They contain electronic components. Next comes the intelligent hub. The intelligent hub are very smart. They can be used in place of routers. The intelligent hub receive the data, amplify the data, it will rectify the data. That is, if any error are there, it will rectify it and then it's sent to the other end. So by this we complete the concept of hub and its types: passive, active and intelligent hub. Now, next, let us discuss about the next connectivity device. The next connectivity device that we are going to learn is the repeater. Repeater is a very important device. It is used to extend the network above certain limit. Repeater, the name itself signifies it is going to repeat the signals. So, when the computer is transferring the signal from one to another end, we keep a repeater in between in order to transfer the signal. Repeaters, we have understood the concept in attenuation also, that in attenuation repeaters are used in order to avoid attenuation, right? So let us discuss about the function of the repeater and its types. Here, computer C1. If computer C1 want to transfer the data to computer C2, what will happen? There will be a lot of distortion because some of the signals will be observed by air. So By the time the data from C1 reaches C2, the signal becomes weak and the data will be lost, and computer C2 will find very difficult to decode. So when C1 is going to transfer the data to C2 directly, the signal becomes weak. The computer C2 find very difficult to decode. That is why we are going to place a repeater in between it. So the computer C1 is transferring the signal. When it is transferring the signal becomes weak. So this is my weak signal. So the computer C1, the data, that is the weak signal, is first given to the repeater. This is my repeater. So what will the repeater do? As the name itself signifies, it repeats the signal. So this weak signal will be converted into amplified signal and then it will be reaching the computer C2. So when computer C1 is transferring the data to C2, the data becomes weak. C2 finds very difficult to decode. So from C1, the data, that is the weak signal, whatever data has been sent in the form of signal, the weak signal will be given to the repeater. What will the repeater do? The repeater will amplify the signal and then it will send to computer C2 so that the computer C2 can easily understand the data. Okay. Now let us discuss about the function of repeaters. Repeaters plays a very important role in Ethernet connections. Now what is Ethernet? Repeaters. This device expands network length. If the network is to be used beyond predefined limit, repeater is used. They simply regenerate physical signals on a network. A repeater is a hardware unit mostly used in Ethernet to extend. What is Ethernet? Ethernet is nothing. It is a LAN which is operating within a single building up to 100 km. That is the limitation of Ethernet. We will discuss about Ethernet in our later class. A repeater reshapes and amplifies the signal from one Ethernet segment to the another. That is, from one computer to another computer, it will be reshaping and amplifying the signal. A backbone cable runs up vertical in the building and the repeater is used to attach an Ethernet segment running in each floor of the office to the backbone cable. Now, as we said, when I am using repeaters in Ethernet, what we will do, there will be the Ethernet cable lying from the top of the building and each and every floor we will use a repeater in order to achieve connection. Repeaters. No two Ethernet workstation can have more than two repeaters between them if they have to communicate reliably. So when I am using repeaters for Ethernet workstation, we can't use two repeaters between two Ethernet. Repeaters is of two types. One will generate the exact duplicate copy of the signal and the second will be amplifying the signal. The first type is amplifying the entire signal. The second type creates an exact duplicate of the signal known as signal regenerating repeaters. There are disadvantages of repeaters. The disadvantage is repeaters repeat noise in the system. For example, if there is any errors or if there is the distorted signal in the weak signal, it will amplify that also and then send to the other end. So what will happen in case if there are more repeaters between two workstations? Each and every repeater will again and again amplify the signal. When it is amplifying the weak signal, it will amplify noise also. So when it is amplifying the noise, what will happen? The computer C2 again it will find very difficult to decode. So this becomes a biggest demerit. And secondly, we require bulky power supply, that is separate power supply for each and every repeaters. So if in a system, if I'm using 10 repeaters, then I will be requiring 10 power supply. That is separate power supply is needed for the repeaters in order to perform the amplification purpose. So you can see here there is a diagram of a repeater where the weak signal is being transferred to the tower. From the next end it is amplified and then sent to the other end. This is also the diagram of repeater. Okay, so you can see here how the weak signal is given to the repeater from one network. It is amplified and then it is sent to the another end. So by this we complete the concept of repeaters. So what is a repeater? It is a physical layer hardware device which is used to reshape and amplify the signal. The function of the repeater. Repeater plays a very important role in Ethernet communication. Repeaters are used to extend the network within a predefined limit. Attenuation we have done about the concept repeaters. So whenever we are going to use any network, expand any network beyond the certain limit, we are going to use repeaters. Repeaters, between two Ethernet workstation, we can connect only two repeaters. No more repeaters can't be connected because it amplifies noise also. That is the disadvantage. These are the two disadvantages of my repeaters. It requires separate power supply, and secondly, it amplifies noise also. So by this we have completed today two connectivity device. One is the hub and its types, and lastly we have connected with the repeaters and its types. In repeater, first will be generating the exact duplicate copy of the signal, just like my Xerox. The second type of repeater will be amplifying the signal and send to the other end. So next class we will discuss about routers and its